Hi everyone, I'm Nicole. Bedtime stories in our house are a big deal. So I wanted to share with you some of our family's favorite bedtime stories. The first one I want to share with you is one of our newer titles, I Love You Animally. This book is so sweet. I'm going to just read you a couple of the first pages. I love you hugely like a whale. I love you shyly like a quail. I love you cleverly like a fox. I love you powerfully like an ox. I love you busily like a bee. I love you doggedly like a flea. And the book goes on in that kind of the same sing-songy, rhymey way. So we love this book. It's very sweet. Another one that we love is A Tale of Two Beasts. This book goes through the story, but it goes through twice. The first time from the little girl's perspective, and the second time from the little beast's perspective. So how the little girl experiences their encounter is a little bit different than how the little beast experiences their encounter. And so halfway through, you switch perspectives. And this is a great story for helping your kids start to have that idea that the way that they experience something may not be the same way that somebody else experienced it. So this has been a great conversation starter for me and my preschooler when we talk about, you know, what he thought was funny might not have been funny to somebody else. So we love this book. The story is great, but then there's so much more that you can do with it. Another one that we have recently discovered and love is A Garden for Pig. Pig lives on an apple farm with Mrs. Pippins. There's the apple farm. And the only thing they grow on this farm is apples. And Pig decides that he could really go for some delicious vegetables. And so one day he sneaks away and finds himself in a vegetable garden where he eats an entire squash, seeds and all. Well, Mrs. Pippins is not going to let him plant his own garden, but when something goes in, it must come out. And so Pig ends up being able to plant his own garden with the seeds that he was carrying inside of him. Then he gets his own squash garden anyway. So this is a really fun book when you're trying to help your kids maybe branch out from some of the foods that they've been eating and help them to think that maybe vegetables are yummy. And one of my favorite things about this book is that in the back, it gives a description on how to grow your own organic garden, how to make compost, and actually it explains that this story is kind of based on a true story of a family pig that did eat some squash seeds. So if you enjoy gardening and you want to get your kids excited about that or get them excited about vegetables, this is a fun one. Another one that I love is B is for Bedtime. This is just a sweet, calm down story. The rhyming in it is very sweet. A is awake, how I feel after dinner. B is the book with my dad, it's a winner. C for the clock that goes tick-tock on the wall. D is my dog, who's not sleepy at all. So very sweet, simple pictures, but again, a nice rhyming book to help you calm down and help your children to get sleepy. So we love this one. B is for Bedtime. The last one I want to share is Bears Don't Read. So here we have the story of George the bear, and he's bored with life, and he wants to know if there's anything different than what all the other bears are doing, and they're just enjoying being bears. But one day George finds a book in the forest. The problem is George can't read that book, and so he has to go into the city to find someone who can teach him to read. But bears don't read, or do they? So if you want to find out, you have to get the book. Another one of our favorites. So I hope that you and your family will enjoy those books as much as we have. Happy reading.